All right, so today is Monday, January the 22nd, and I am in the presence of Mikyx today. Recently, you've been talking about overall the performances of G2 so far in the LEC. You mentioned that you've already seen some improvements from Worlds even in the way G2 is playing. What do you think is maybe the main aspect that you guys have been working on lately to try and improve on last year?
Yeah, I think just in general, in mid-game, we are way better at actually playing around the waves and knowing where to be on the map at certain times. And our lane assignments are way better than it was before. We still have a lot of work to do, right? But at least I feel like we are much more aware and much more disciplined when it comes to mid-game. Because in the past and during Worlds, a lot of stuff we did was just kind of happened randomly or like instinctively. But now we make it more conscious and we don't take like unnecessary fights, and yeah, we just play smarter, I guess.
I mean, this week you already picked Zyra as well. Lore was pretty happy about that one, I think. Now you picked the Sona. Do you have any more interesting picks we can look forward to? I mean, I remember you played a lot of Twisted Fit in houses as well, right?
Well, my TF is like, it's trying to make an appearance, but my team is like not sold on it. Even though I actually they didn't even let me try it. So like,
Are we not gonna flex it with caps or something?
yeah, I mean maybe in the future, I hope. But yeah, I think the rest of the team is maybe not too hyped about that one. But there's for sure a lot of random picks that I play. So yeah, maybe there's gonna be some more stuff. I feel like there's a lot more options with the new support items to actually just pull out some random stuff, because usually in the start when everything changes, the meta is not as defined. So you can just kind of get away with anything. So yeah.
I know that G2's overall goal is always international play. Would you say that your personal goal as well aligns with that, or do you perhaps even have more of a regional goal for now? Do you have any opponents you want to defeat, or are you really looking at MSI right
Mm,
now?
no, not really. I think I'm just looking forward to international competition. I don't really mind if we win in EU or not, as long as we win internationally.
On socials and overall in the league community recently, I think we've seen a lot of ADCs complaining about their roles. Do you think ADC is as weak as most people make it to be online, basically?
No, I think every role is quite strong. AD carries included. Like for example, Varus is like kind of popping off recently. I think Vitality is like pretty strong on him especially. I mean, there's always like a lot of AD carry bans early on in the first six, so maybe after the six AD carry bans, then the role gets a bit weaker, but I think most of the champs are pretty strong, especially with support item as well.
Do you think there's a bit too much damage in the game currently? I think a lot of people have been echoing this as well with the new additions of the items.
Maybe, but I don't think it's like that big of a difference. I mean, actually, yeah, there's probably maybe a bit too much damage, but that's mostly because they just gave a lot of AP, but also at the same time they took away HP from a lot of items, or at least like AP items. Before, every item that almost gave you like HP with it, but now it's just like raw AP, like 100 AP for like an item. So I guess the mages are squishier, but also do more damage, which I think is fine. I think just lethality is maybe a bit too strong right now. That doesn't actually scale like it did before. So yeah, I guess you could say there's a bit too much damage. Yeah, actually the support items as well. The support items do way too much damage.
Yeah, I mean that one is getting nerfed next patch anyways, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Outside of this, I mean, a lot of people are complimenting G2's mid game, especially, but maybe the team falters a bit in other phases of the game. What do you think you guys have to work on the most right now?
Um. Well, I guess early games are the main thing we have to work on right now, because I think usually in mid game we get advantages or we get back in the game, but as long as we get out of like early game even, we should be fine. Or as long as we don't try random shit like we did today, because that was yeah, not the best idea in hindsight. But yeah.
Despite the setbacks, I guess, in recent matches, are you still confident of being able to stomp EU, I guess, in the next few weeks?
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for us to lose more than one game in a day. So
Since you are a big fan of anime, you probably know about solo leveling, right?
yeah,
Do you think the hype is worth it or is it overrated?
I think it's worth it. At least the first 3 episodes we already watched it. They're pretty insane. And
Are you watching it as a team?
we're watching it as a team, yeah. I also, it's the only manga I ever read, or at least I started reading it, and then once I got to like chapter 100, I think it's 160, all of them, or 150, then I stopped because I heard the animes got announced, so then I stopped, so now I can enjoy the anime instead. But yeah, it's really good.
It's actually the same thing for me, not gonna lie. I read, it's like the only one I read as well.
Yeah, it's good as fuck.
In any case, thank you very much for your time. I hope that
Thank you.
G2 keeps performing and that you can rise to the challenge next week in week 3. And yes, for the rest of our viewers, you can always check out our content on our channels. And see you later, Mickey.
Cheers.